Okay, so you're an army nurse, right?
Yep.
And then how long have you been doing that, being an army nurse?
Almost a year
Okay.
since last May is when I started, or when I got to Hawaii was last May. I started last February with training.
Oh, nice. Okay. And then to like, I know with being an army nurse and just a nurse in general, it's like a super, like, pretty intense job, I feel like. So, like, describe your life before as a nurse and then like after the program and any differences.
So prior to this program, I was very, I would say, down on motivation. I had little to no energy to really put in work for myself. Um, and as far as like my nutrition intake, I was just eating whatever I wanted. So I really just didn't feel good internally. And so I knew I wanted to make that change, but it was really ultimately just me like deciding I need to start somewhere. And I think at first it was hard for me just because it's so easy to just, eat fun foods, go out all the time, whatever. But I knew that that wasn't how I wanted to continue to live my lifestyle. So then after the program, I really saw a change in my motivation, my consistency, especially because I feel like being consistent is how you get those results and you get the change that you want to see. And so being consistent was the biggest thing for me. And that's what I learned throughout this whole entire process. Um, and ultimately, I just felt better overall.
Hmm.
Um, with my energy. I felt motivated once I started seeing results. It's like kind of an addiction. Like you're just like, I want more, I want more, I want more. And so I think that that really helped me get back into, the gym lifestyle, including it into my everyday life. And not even every day, but, just including it into my lifestyle. That was the biggest plus for me.
Yeah. So, like, you felt like you kind of created like a routine that you could follow now and be consistent with and still like have the energy to go to the gym.
Right.
Beautiful. Perfect. And so like when before I know we've been talking for a while.
Mhm.
But like what were your goals with starting this? Like what did you want to accomplish and like what problems were you having? This could be like problems with work or problems like not knowing what to eat. Like what was going on?
I would say the biggest problem for me initially was my schedule because when I first got here, it was just all over the place. So I never found time to really put time in for myself. I was always just thinking, oh, I have work tomorrow. I have work tomorrow. I can't go to the gym because I have work. And I never really looked to find the time to do those things. And then I was really just eating whatever I wanted. So my goals were making the time to go to the gym and then also to eat better. Um, and I mean, now I live on an island, so everybody lives in bathing suits. So I knew, okay, I'm going to be in a bikini all the time, and I want to feel good about myself. I want to step outside and be confident. So my biggest goals were just feeling good and looking good.
Hmm. And you
And
think we achieved that?
we did achieve that.
Love
So
that. Hell
still
yeah.
not done, still not done. There's always
Yeah.
room for improvement, but I definitely,
Hmm. Hey, 17 pounds is a lot to lose, you know?
yeah.
Um, and then like, so with you saying you wanted to eat better, right? You know, what did that mean? And then like, do you think the program kind of made you have like a mindset shift for your food? Like what like healthy eating was?
Yeah, so initially, well, I got to the island and I was eating everything that had rice in it. And I just everything fattening, fried. And
Mhm.
so I knew right off the bat that that wasn't nutritionally, you know,
Sound.
yeah. And so, um, but also just like when I did start, I was on night shift. And so I it's really easy to snack in the middle of the night when things are slow. We have like a snack shack in our hospital. So grabbing little tiny snacks and for no reason, I probably wasn't hungry. I just did it out of, you know,
Boredom. Yeah.
boredom. And so I just knew like I kind of saw me gaining weight progressively. And I just knew like I'm not really eating healthy and I didn't feel good at all. Like internally, I just, you just feel bleh when you're not feeding your body what it really needs. You
Mhm.
don't feel 100%, or at least me. I can't speak for everybody else, but that's how
Mhm.
I feel.
Yeah.
And so what I loved about this program was your videos and how you really taught, I wouldn't say us, you really taught us what to look for when we're eating. So as far as, really build your meals around protein and your vegetables. And then, on days that you can have carbs and starches, you add those.
Mhm.
Fruit, of course, goes with the vegetables, but learning those little tiny things, and me being a nurse, I know these things, but like I never really applied it to myself. And
Mhm.
so the videos were so easy to understand and so easy to apply to anyone's life that I felt that is why I was able to really sustain that and include it in my everyday life, because I've done those 30-day programs where they tell you what to eat and it's really easy to get off track because it's like, okay, well, I don't want to eat this every single day. I don't, this is like, not fun to me. And I think as far as adding your 80-20 rule or 90-10 rule, it really made it sustainable, doable, and easy to follow, which I feel like you don't really see a lot of out there with other programs.
Love that. That's exactly what I was going for.
Okay.
And so, like we talked about, or you talked about how you bought a 30-day online program, right? Well, like what were you expecting going into an online program? Because with you living in Hawaii, we can't really do in person. So, was there anything you were hesitant about starting with an online program, or anything that you were expecting? Like, how was your experience with an online program?
Well, I wasn't really sure what to expect, if I'm being completely honest. Um, just because you don't really know how these things are gonna go. And I feel like a lot of us get scared to just start something and try, especially when it's something new for us. And so I knew I didn't have any huge expectations. I just knew I was gonna try my best to get the goals or meet the goals and get the results that I wanted. And as far as hesitancies, I feel like I was a little bit, concerned, like, am I really going to be able to have that communication from a distance, especially being on an island? Like, how is that going to work as far as me being so far away and doing this training program? But I feel like you do a really good job at communication. It was very easy to talk to you at any time I needed to, any part of my workout, you were literally a phone call away. And so it really felt like I was there with you physically training because I got the feedback that I needed. Um, any injuries that I had, you were able to help me recover from those and keep going. So I think you do a really good job at individualizing the program to meet everybody's goals and needs. And that's something that's important because these other programs that are out there is they say everybody can do this. Well, everybody's bodies are different. Everybody has different goals. Everybody has different lifestyles and work. So it kind of just blew my expectations away because I didn't really have any. And so doing it, doing the program really was just like, wow, like I don't know why everybody isn't doing this.
Me either. That's what I'm saying. You know, um, but cool. I like that. And so, like, what was the deciding factor for you to start? Were you like, was there something that happened, or were you just like, you know what, let's go, like, let's do it?
Yeah, so that's a good question because I feel like a lot of people, it's like, why don't you just start, you
Yeah.
know?
There's
And
always something in their brain where it's like,
yeah,
oh, I'm gonna start when this happens, or I'm gonna start when this
right,
happens, or I'm gonna lose 10 pounds before
right.
I start. And it's just like,
Well, and even that happened with us prior because I remember I had talked to you a few times before and I just
yeah,
I
yeah.
never really just said, okay, let's do it. So I knew I was already interested in starting one of your programs. And for me, I hate this excuse. It's like, oh, the time, right? Because time is always going, and it's like you might as well start now because that time is just going to pass. And so for me, it really came down to, okay, I know the goals that I want to achieve. I know I want to put in this effort and time for myself. So I just need to do it. And it's like you put the tools right in front of me, and why pass that opportunity to really take advantage of what's in front of me, you know?
Mhm.
So for everybody questioning whether or not they should do it, just do it. Like
Just
that
do it, please.
cliche Nike saying, like, just do
Hey.
it. And now it's like it makes so much more sense to me because it's like, why not just do it? Like I saw the results myself, so I know that they work. And like, what's the worst that's going to come out of it? You know, like you're improving yourself in
Yeah.
so many ways, not just physically, but nutritionally, mentally. Like I feel so much just better. Like positive vibes and energy. That's always been me.
Hell yeah.
But but just even better, like you just feel like unstoppable almost, like and it's becomes a challenge with yourself because once I started seeing each week, like I was increasing in weights or hitting new little goals that I had for myself. It was like a game for myself
Mhm.
to become better than the last version of me. And so I think that was like the best feeling is hitting those little small goals that I didn't even know were goals. They just became goals throughout the process.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's just really in the end, you and yourself. So nobody else is going to get you there. You might as well just do it and do it for you and don't waste time. Just start it.
Hell yeah. Nice. I like that. Um, and then so what was one of the things that surprised you? Like it could be from you getting your pull-ups to you like, I mean, just whatever.
um, I think, well, one, getting those pull-ups, I felt like a badass, not gonna lie.
Yeah. From
And now
going,
I'm in
hey,
the gym.
you
And now
never done a pull-up before, right?
I had never done a pull up in my life. I was so scared to even try, but I just knew in the army they have previously had those as a part of the PT test or the physical fitness test. And I couldn't do, well, theirs was like a knee tuck, and I could not do one to save my life. I couldn't even hold myself up.
Mm.
And so that day when we were in the gym and you were like, all right, you're going to do a pull up. And I was like, okay, like,
Yeah, yeah.
let's do it. And oh, I don't know. It's like such a cool feeling, like when you just accomplish something that you've never done before. And
Dude,
it's
you
like,
did five.
yeah,
Like
I
that's
know.
wild.
It's like you just really just have to believe in yourself
Yeah.
because, and so then from that day, I've been able to come back to Hawaii, continue to do pull-ups on my own.
Yeah.
And it's like I get these looks in the gym, like I see people looking, and I'm like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. And they're strict too. They're not these little like pussy pull-ups, you know what I'm saying? Like they're all the way down, no
Mhm.
momentum all the way up.
And you
Like
only really see the guys doing them in there. So
not
as a
anymore.
woman, we can do them pull-ups too.
Let's go. Absolutely. Love that.
But yeah, and then also I think personally for me, another thing that like really just surprised me was just ultimately like the results that I got from the program. And I feel like we are our biggest critics and we're very hard on ourselves. So I know I was hard on myself throughout this program. I was very hard on myself. And I know we had conversations where you're like, dude, look at these pictures, like you're improving. And I was just like, ah, I'm
See it. I don't see it.
and so really like at the end of it, when I did my 90-day or you did the 90-day side by side, I
Mhm.
really just looked back and I was like, wow, like
Yeah.
I did that. Like nobody else did that. I did that. I mean, you really obviously helped me like so much. So I thank you so much for like everything you have done.
Yeah.
I'm probably like the most talkative client that you have because I'm always texting you like, hey, I need help with this. I don't know what to do with this. Am I
Mhm.
eating this right? Whatever. And so, but I honestly feel like that's how I was able to get the results I did. Like, you're going to get as much as you put into it. So I figured, like, you know,
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I can't put the food in your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like there's some stuff that I can't do the workouts for you. Like, so as much as like I provided the stuff for you, you had to do it.
Right.
And you did it 100%. You killed it. And that's why I didn't mind you calling me all the time, was because I'm like, she's putting in the work, she's doing it. Like, you know,
Right.
like some people start this and then like I never hear from them ever. And like
Right.
they miss the workouts. I don't see their meals on the app. I don't see anything that there's the daily checklist. They don't do anything of it. And I'm just like, how do you expect me to help you if you don't do anything? You know?
Right. You don't
So
help you.
you put in the work and it shows, you know?
That was another thing I loved about the program too, though, is even if there was a day that I, for whatever reason, missed going to the gym, I could easily just drag it to another day and adjust my schedule accordingly, like
Yeah.
that
It's
app
pretty, yeah.
really, really beneficial
Yeah.
to this.
And it's flexible too, because it's like a lot of like the Blitz program that we were talking about, like with that Neg did, it's 6 days a week. So it's like if you miss one, it's kind of hard to like
Right.
make up, you know what I mean? So it's like I was like 4 days for me works great, just because if you miss a day or you're feeling bad, you can still make it up. Like it's pretty easy to work out 4 times a week, you know? So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was able to figure it out even through Thanksgiving. My family came down for Christmas,
Yeah.
New Year. I
Birthday. Yeah.
was sick. I was sick like 3 times.
Yeah.
My birthday, like it was so just doable. And it's, like it's just the
You
best
went
part.
through some shit, man.
Yeah, like not even that. It's just it was really just an eye opener as to okay, this is so I don't want to say easy because it's really it does take a lot of work, but it
It,
was so like I keep saying doable, like it was so doable to really incorporate into my everyday life and really make this my lifestyle because it didn't seem like oh, I have to go to the gym today, have to go to the gym today because I need to finish this program. It didn't feel like that at all. It just felt like really I was just incorporating this into my lifestyle and I honestly enjoyed going through it during the holidays and everything because it really made me see that I can do this for the rest of my life. I can easily work
yeah.
out, eat good, and eat clean, I guess.
It kept you honest. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just like, oh, it's the holidays, so everyone has that fuck it mentality.
Right,
It's just like, no, like I'll have a day where I can eat what I want and then or like just go crazy and then
right.
um and then yeah, because going back to you saying like it's so doable, I think people overcomplicate it. Like it doesn't have to be like this crazy process. Like you don't have to go like from your life to change, like changing your entire life to do this. It's like little things that we can implement to um little things that we can implement in order to get your results. It doesn't take much, just small little changes according to what you're already doing or what you need to do, and then go from there.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree.